That would be me.
You have a great day.
I'm going to. Thank you.
And then I just didn't want to, like, from just like a filmmaker kind of perspective, I didn't know, like, if you wanted to ask the first question or if you wanted me to ask the first question. Also, I just didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable because there's a lot of, like...
Okay, you know what? Because none of this is uncomfortable to begin
stop.
with.
So I figured I would just make a documentary about it.
Lovely.
Because it's just like...
Is there going to be an introduction? You're going to lead into it, or you're just going to jump right in?
So I don't know if you want to ask. I can ask the first question.
The
last time.
Yeah, I don't think there was never, I don't think, a last time. I mean, with me, the expectation was that I would see you again, and I did see you again once. Twice, actually, after that.
Yeah, I know.
But,
I don't know.
yeah.
Let's not. We don't have to talk about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we won't. But the expectation was that I would.
And you are.
And now I am.
How do you feel?
So, but when with you, there was a wall. Yeah. There was nothing, and part of me wanted to just go through the wall, break it down, and actually my sponsor was wonderful. She's like, that's not a good idea.
Do you want me to ask the next question?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Really?
I do. I think marriage, the concept,
Yeah.
is wonderful because you're talking about unconditionally loving another person.
Well, I mean, I feel like you can unconditionally love a person without being married to them.
That, you know,
And marriage.
Yes.
You continue. You talk. I don't want to.
No. Jump
Okay.
in anytime.
I mean,
the thing that marriage does is basically for, this is the way I. How about you?
Me?
You.
Oh, I don't know. See, I've never been married.
But what do you think about it?
Just like theoretically, I feel like it's excessive. Like just because, like why, if you are really in this relationship with someone, I don't feel like I would need that validation.
Okay.
Like it's probably beautiful, but it depends on the situation.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Do you
So
have
you've
a
never
question
gotten close
to getting married?
to that concept, not just the piece of paper, but have you ever got to the point where
Have
you've
I ever been in
considered-
love?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, it was a really long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't, obviously.
No, it didn't work, obviously. Here
Well.
we are. We can talk about that later if you want to. I don't want to talk about that right now.
All right, next.
Do you have any questions for me?
Mm-hmm.
But it's so good. Did you know they made it into a movie?
Yes.
And Neil Diamond did the whole soundtrack?
I have the album,
Do you?
Nikki. I have the album.
That's awesome. Now you ask me a question.
Okay.
Okay.
So after you graduate, what are you doing?
Why is that the question?
With your life?
I don't know what I could do. There's a lot of options. Like I could get a job.
Well,
I could
I
do
think
that.
Eventually you're going to have to. Did you have fun in Italy?
Yeah, mostly.
Fabio and I got along really, really well, and we chilled a lot and like hung out. And Julia, I went to Berlin and visited Julia, and it's Fabio and Julia and I, and we were just hanging out in Berlin. It was really fun.
Pregnant now.
I know,
Isn't that
and
awesome?
I email with Christina like pretty frequently. We just like email back and forth, and yeah.
Good.
That was really cool.
I don't know, like their house is really cool, and they have a dog, and I don't know.
Well, see, now you have the option of going back, and it'll be better because now you
No,
can.
I totally.
But yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
I just had my thesis show.
I heard.
Did you hear what it was about?
No.
Do you want to talk about it?
I would love to talk about
Are
it.
you sure?
Yes. All I know is Jamie couldn't come back because you were hauling shit back and forth to your thesis show.
So the title, I'm getting really nervous. So the title of the thesis show is, it's the fear of mental illness. and it's about like everybody in the family that's kind of crazy.
Kind of.
So, did you do this because you're afraid of mental illness, or this was just a subject that you were interested in?
Do you want to like go in this direction? I don't know, like I struggle with like things.
I think we're all dysfunctional
Yeah.
up to a point, and then there's a line.
It depends on how functional you are, or like how, so for like sometimes like I think that I'm like going crazy, but I don't think that I am actually, and it's just like,
So I think sometimes with mental illness, that kind of, it's okay if people think that I'm not quite right because it lets me get away with more.
oh, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't think that everybody, I mean, because that would have to be something you would. Okay, what's
But
my
you can
biggest
take that any way
challenge?
you'd like to.
I mean, it's kind of multiple. Financial is huge.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
right
I mean-
right now, financial is huge. You know, depression. You know, I have to make my feet touch the floor. That's when I know it's going to be okay.
50 questions.
Okay. Yes. So, but you don't want to talk about that.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
well, no, the way things were left, I never got a chance to ask you, you know, what you were feeling.
I mean, what do
But
you
you-
like want to talk about specifically?
Well, you weren't there at the intervention, and
Yeah,
I
because I was
understood.
watching all the. No, they wouldn't let me come.
Oh, see, I was told you didn't want to be there.
So, but yeah, I totally wanted to be there, but they didn't let me come. They said I was too young to understand what was going on.
That's kind of always bothered me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm glad to know that. But I saw you at the courthouse a couple times since then,
I know.
and
I just like kind of sometimes have panic attacks and like can't like.
you had a very
really
mean look
to-
on your face one time.
When?
It scared me.
You had a mean look on your face.
This is true because that's really not conducive to
Yeah.
a lot of love.
Also, we were at the courthouse. Yeah.
that was very uncomfortable. So
like,
and
why
in
am I talking to
5
you now versus why have
Exactly,
I
in
never talked
5
to you?
years,
Um,
what's
I just
made the difference?
You know, when you're a teenager and you don't like know, like you just feel awkward always, and you just don't know who you are, and that all that like dramatic, like traumatic, like all the things that were happening kind of just like stunted like me, like being my like growing into like a person. I just needed some room to grow up, I guess, and become like a human. You know, the last time I saw you, like I just didn't know like how this was gonna go at
I
all.
know.
And, like Stephanie and Jamie like said that you were like it's kind of like a lot better, and you're running a cafe and you're like happy and like doing stuff and like sober, and so I just was like, I believe you, but I don't know if I believe you. So I guess at this point I just feel like I'm like a stable enough like person to like readdress these kinds of issues.
And I do appreciate you reaching out. I do. Because this whole waiting thing was,
It's a long time. Yeah. Also, I feel like we never really like bonded that much in general. Anyway, like we were never super close.
I don't think it was a lack of love. I mean, I love you very much. I do. And I think that everybody is their own person. You know, like Stephanie's all out there.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, Stephanie's just all out there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But you're different.
I'm not saying it's a lack of love. I'm just saying it's a lack of
The connection.
yeah.
Yeah. No, and
So,
I
I
understand that.
When stuff started getting like really
Real?
real, when shit got real, I was just like, it was just way easier for me to disconnect.
And I wish I could have too. No,
Yeah.
really.
So that's why I haven't talked to you in about 5 years.
Uh-huh.
Next question?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I was in there a couple times, yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. I like that place.
Okay, well, is there anything else you want to ask me before we kind of wrap this up?
No.
No more questions?
No.
feel
An
like I'm gonna
occasional
throw up,
text
so,
or
okay.
a Facebook. I mean, I'm not gonna come running after you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
Dude, for a very long time, I almost got a restraining order against you and like everybody because I didn't want to talk to you, but I didn't do it. Throw that out there.
I can appreciate the sentiment.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, okay.
I know.
I didn't have to tell you that. I don't know why I did.
No, and I think that there was a time when, you know, I was
Like when
crazy
I was a
and
freshman
I was
in college.
very wanting
Yeah.
very much to make a connection, and like I said, my wonderful sponsor was like smack me upside the head.
Yeah.
No, Kathy. So because, you know, I wasn't using, but all that emotional shit was still running around, so I understand. But, you know, now that the door is open, I am not going to come barging in,
Okay.
but I would really hope that at some point, you know, we could maybe get dinner, you know, when I go see Jamie or
Yeah.
something, we can
Yeah, if you're in Muncie, just
meet
like,
for a cup of coffee.
shoot me a text or something.
Yeah, I would love it.
All right.
You'll just sign off.
Signing off.
Right?
No, I don't know. No, we can be done. That's it.
I mean, that's fine. I haven't gotten any phone calls, so I'm good.
Yeah, stop it. Whew, it's cold. Touched my belly button.